here's my issue with the whole Katt Williams thing. Stop talking through the media. Real men go, like he's so Bibled out, right? So the scriptures say if you got to alt with somebody, go to the person first and then go to the congregation. Why he didn't come to me first? Why is he going to the congregation since he's such a righteous man?
Doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
Is it rolling?
Yeah,
Yo, man, Detroit, you won't believe it. We got Brandon T. Jackson in the building, man.
Yo.
Bro, do people know you're from Detroit that are from Detroit?
No, honestly, it's annoying. I actually named one of my comedy tours Still Detroit because it's funny because I was in the Kendrick video and Ice Cube video, and everybody be asking me like, oh yeah, LA tried to claim me, and I love you, I love LA, I love my people in LA. I know I've been there for a long time, but I'm not claiming LA ever. I'm from Detroit, born and raised. This is where I'm from. This is where my roots are from. This is where my swag comes from. This is where my energy comes from. I'm not an LA dude. I love LA. I love y'all. And I thank you for embracing me so much that I've been out there for like 13, 14 years at least. You know what I mean? Minimum. Most of the time I was on movie sets, recording. But no, I'm a Detroit native. I am a Lions fan. I am a Pistons fan. Even though we doing better. Even Red Wings, love y'all. We got to do better. But hey, all of Detroit, Little Caesars down to the damn, come on, West Bloomfield to 7 Mile to Novi to Dearborn Heights. Come on.
That's the thing about it, right? It's when you get to such a level of mainstream success that it's hard to identify, like, where do we pinpoint that this person is from, right?
I was born, I was born in, the hospital I was born in is actually Dearborn. Around where we at now, I mean, but Inkster. I grew up in Inkster, Canton, pretty much all everywhere. 7 Mile, Woodward. Then we moved to West Bloomfield. Then we moved to Bloomfield Hills, and now we're in Novi. So I moved. I'm all around the city and the metropolitan area. So
that's what it's all about. You graduated from West Bloomfield.
West Bloomfield High, yeah.
Talk a little bit about, walk people through your life in Detroit, though, because the substantial amount of success that you've had in Hollywood, a lot of entertainers from Detroit aspire to get to the levels that you've been to, right? Yeah. So talk about ground zero from you, day zero, growing up in Detroit, and walking up to the point where you had your first moment of
I left early. And the reason too why like me and Big Sean kind of get the bad raps, we left early. We left right out of high school pretty much. So we were like high school to the pros. So it's like I left when I was 19. So I had the essence of everything of what this place gives you, and I took it to LA, and that's why a lot of people in LA claim me, but I'm not from LA. You know what I mean? But when you go to the high schools to the pros, I've always came back. I've done so much stuff like I never like not been in Detroit at least 1 month, 1 week out the month of out a month, or I'll come at least once a month because my parents still live here. So I'm always back and forth.
What was the first moment of entertainment that you entered into when you were in the city still? I know you started off with stand up, right?
Yeah, stand up. I still do stand up. I started off doing churches because my dad's a pastor, so I started off doing like a lot of the churches and stuff like this, and I would do like stand up on all the stuff. Then I started doing comedy clubs, Coco's House of Comedy. Then I would do Joey's, and I would do Comedy Castle. Then I would do all these local spots, and of course all the local bars, Bart's and all that. I was underground comedy when I was 16. Actually I started comedy at 14, but I started doing clubs at 16. I was in comedy clubs at 16.
Yeah. And the Comedy Castle is hard to get into, right? From going to the underground to getting to the Comedy Castle. How do you make that transition from going to the underground, like working with Coco, to actually getting in the Comedy Castle?
Well, I feel like I always had a kind of a commercial appeal. I guess I was relatable, but I think it's because of my background. I'm able to kind of have the edge of, the underground, but still have the pop, the commercial of like, that's everybody. Eddie Murphy had that, Kevin Hart, Jamie Foxx. We got, our edge comes from the underground, but our commercial appeal is because we reach out to everybody. We don't discriminate against anybody, and that's just my brand. When you look at yourself more so as a human than your niche audience, and you'll start to relate more to human human, which word, relatability over racial and over niche markets.
Right. So you could kind of be suppressing yourself by trying to cater to a certain demographic, and you have to realize that you cannot only cater to a certain demographic if you want to expand, right?
Or no, just take your demographic message and make it relatable to everybody else, which means like you can still be who you are. You don't change who you are. But just sometimes subconsciously we don't invite other people to hear a message that we want to hear.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
You've opened up for one of your first big breaks is opening up for Chris Tucker, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that experience. How long
I
were
was
you
like
working?
I was one night at the Comedy Store. I was like 18. I bombed, actually.
You bombed opening up for Chris Tucker?
Bombed. Because he was this is like Rush Hour 1 Chris Tucker.
Oh my God. That's tough, man.
But no, he was cool though. But it was like, what happened was I was supposed to go before him, and he had to go to a couple other clubs. So he's like, I'm gonna go first. I'm like, bro, I can't. And then the lineup, he only did like 15 minutes. So then I went on after him. So it's like he left the club and the whole club is going out.
Well, yeah, you can't. That's not opening up for somebody, right?
It was supposed to be opening up for him, but he, that's what they say in the bio. But honestly, I closed after Chris Tucker and I bombed because no one wants to hear the class clown Brandon D. Jackson. At the time, no credits, but then he took me out to dinner after at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and then we chopped it up. I was auditioning for a movie called Roll Bounce at the time, and he gave me some cool advice about how to play the part.
Really? So did you break down the script for him and the idea of your character?
No, I just told him I'm gonna do an impression of him in the audition. And
he gave you the blessings,
and I got the part.
He gave you the blessings to be like, yo, go ahead and take my skill.
But a lot of people did that though. A lot of people was doing impressions of Eddie Murphy to get the part for the next thing they was doing, and they came in their own. Like you see a lot of people doing Kevin Hart now. Like if you like short and dark skin, they all do the same. Oh no, that shit. You know what I mean? The same shtick that Kevin does. I mean, it's cool, but it's like seeing somebody else do it. It's like, when you do the Eddie Murphy thing, like Eddie. It's a stick.
Yeah.
That's
the influence, right? Like Rick.
Red Fox.
Red Fox, sorry.
Yeah.
Red Fox was hugely inspired. Like, people got inspired from him. Eddie Murphy took from him. A lot of people took from him. But your first big break was Roll Bounce, right? So talk about how that happened. Like, how did you get lined up for the film?
I just auditioned.
Yeah.
I did 3 minutes at the Laugh Factory when I was 18. Come out of high school. And I did it at the Chocolate Sundays. Shout out to Pookie Wigginton, Chris Spencer. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have a career. They let me on stage, did 3 minutes to Laugh Factory, and then I got my agent was there. I blew it up, did a great job. Agent was there from CAA, and then I was off to my auditions the next week.
Man, that's
and
insane.
then I got the part. Like I auditioned for Fat Albert first, didn't get that part. Then I auditioned for Roll Bounce was the second one, and I got that part.
Yeah, because you were doing like extra work in the beginning, right? Just kind of like
Yeah,
around
Detroit,
that.
local stuff.
You were at 8 Mile, man.
I was an extra 8 Mile. Everybody was like 8 Mile. If you look for me, you're not gonna find me.
Still an 8 Mile, goddammit.
Yes,
Did you get to meet Eminem, or did you get to be around him when he was like on set?
No, actually, I think I got kicked off the set for trying to give Eminem my comedy mixtape.
Are you serious?
I think so. Yeah.
So what happened?
The security was like, "No." I'm the funniest guy. I was like a little kid trying to give him a comedy mixtape.
That sucks, man.
Nah,
but they said like everybody got royalties off that movie. Everything with the.
I haven't got one check off 8 Mile.
God damn. But so you're doing a lot of extra work. I know you're in Ali too, and you get a big break, obviously, right? Like you.
Yeah, this was all before I went to LA.
Yeah.
The big break was at the Laugh Factory.
Right. So that's when you get into Roll Bounce, right? That's when you get the big break. That's your first film.
Yes, my second big break was Tropic Thunder.
Yes, Tropic Thunder.
That was the second big break.
But sticking with the first film first that breaks you out, what's the experience like walking through and realizing you have to take it to the next level now because it's going to be on the mainstream? People are going to go to theaters to watch you and see you specifically, right?
What, for Roll Bounce?
Yeah.
I was just having fun. I wasn't even thinking about all that.
So you were that naturally gifted and talented, and you worked hard too, obviously, to get to the point where you could just get on stage like Will Smith in Fresh Prince. He said he never fucking acted a day in his life and was able to get on stage and just fucking kill it, right? Was it like that for you? Where it's like, I just naturally can do this shit?
Yeah, if you put me on stage right now and say do a whole new hour, if I had to do it, I could probably do it. Yeah. If the pressure's on and I gotta like I'm creatively like I can come up with like stand up wise, and actually I'm a great film writer too. I think I won't say great, but I think I'm pretty cool. I can come up with like, bro, I come on films and so fast.
How does your mind work as far as harnessing the energies for the creative areas, and how do you express them? Like, do you?
It's very annoying. I kind of. I'm the kind of person that don't like having a handler, but creatively, if I really want to express everything I need to put out, it's almost like I need that one person that's like I need like a Steve Wozniak. I'm like a Steve Jobs. I need like a Steve Wozniak that's like really technical, and that's why me and Tell get along very well. He's very technical. He's very, very technical.
Let the creative people be creative, and let the people who organize it.
No, I'm technical too. I just don't like doing it. I know what to do. I just don't want to do it. I'm lazy with that. It's not fun to me. But creatively, I can come up with a movie. I can write a movie in like 2 weeks. 101 pages at least.
So Tropic Thunder is one of my favorite films of all time. It's so crazy, especially somebody coming from Detroit, being in this Hollywood megastar film, right? Talking about Ben Stiller, how, bro? Just explain to me how it comes together. Like, how do they cast you? How do you get put in the film?
I actually didn't get put in the film. I actually didn't get the part.
What do you mean?
I auditioned 13 times, and Ben Stiller was like, you look too young for the part. And then another actor was late for set, and I was number 2. And I was in a Ralph's at the time. And I was buying ramen noodles because I was a struggling actor, and I get a call from Ben Stiller from Hawaii. He said, can you take a flight out tomorrow to Hawaii because we want to book you for the part. My agents did the deal in one day. That's one thing about Hollywood. When they really want you, they want you. They did that deal. They did that deal in one day. My lawyers had that deal done in one day. I flew out the next day to Hawaii. It was great.
Ben Stiller denies you like 17 times.
13
times. Which is still freaking insane.
Well, he just wasn't sure. He wanted to go. He didn't know which way to go with it.
Was Ben Stiller somebody, because obviously massive portfolio he has, one of the biggest stars in the world. When you go to audition for him, you're looking at him face to face. Is any of it surreal to you at all?
Yeah, going to Ambulance Studios with Steven Spielberg's company, and you got to go and do a screen test. Yes, it's ridiculous. Screen testing for Percy Jackson was ridiculous. I mean, I've been on a lot of high-level scrutiny and pressure as a young talent. Like, at 25, I was auditioning for Percy Jackson after Tropic Thunder. Now I'm doing a screen test in front of Christopher Columbus, the director of Harry Potter. Yeah, it's pretty insane. Now I think back, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, of course it is. Is everything good, Nick?
I just want to adjust the mic.
He's going to fix your microphone. Bro.
Yeah, it's definitely high pressure, bro.
Yeah. It's when you go to Dubai wearing type shit like that.
Exactly. I like stuff like that.
Talk about the film that you got coming out Friday. Man.
Trap City.
Yeah, man.
Can I keep it here?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Talk about Trap City, bro.
Trap City is a dope movie that we got coming out. Trap City is we got Jeezy, we got Clifton Powell, Erica Pinkett, director Tell. What's in this wine? My God.
Tell's here right now.
Tell, say what's up. He's over there.
Bro, this guy.
Telga Nation, and we got ATG who did the EP. Jeezy, of course, Clifton Powell. We said that Erica Pinkett, Jahan. Shout out to Eddie Rubin. Shout out to Omar Gooden. Also Dennis White. This is a lot of great cast members. This is one of those grassroots movies where we just kind of like we just said we're gonna make a movie and put it in theaters. Yeah, we're gonna make a. It's so funny because Detroit producers are like the #1 producers independently right now in the world. So I don't know if you know that. Like,
yeah, Tubi films are crazy out here.
Yeah, they are, but this is like
got Dennis Reed going crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Dennis Reed. We got our distribution company called 1919 together too. So shout out to you, Dennis Reed. I would say this film is trying to. I guess we're proving that underground movies can have a box office win. That's what we're daring to do, and we're gonna listen. We're going hard. We're going hard, but it's like this is the first underground film I've seen that's getting as many theaters like this.
Yeah. How many theaters is it going to be in?
I mean, right, it's keep adding daily, so we can't even say.
Incredible, right? So
yes,
when you're taking it from like a micro budget to a mid budget, and you're angling it for the underground movie scene, right? But trying to market it to the mainstream to see if people will watch it at that.
No,
level.
actually, I don't care about the main. I actually would want the streets to come out. The mainstream want to see it. That's great, but it's not. It's not dependent on that.
Well, when you get Jeezy to do the soundtrack, right? Smartest decision of all time, because he fucks with Detroit so heavy. He understands what Detroit wants to hear in a soundtrack. Right?
Exactly.
Talk about putting the film together, and how you internalized your role in it and everything that you put into it.
This is probably the toughest film. It's my first time executive producing a film, and then I got Tells, my partner, that was doing, like I said, a lot of the technical things and getting things together, and us like fixing the scripts and getting all the creativity, and then ATG coming on and fixing things on the post side and then the music side. And it's just like, I mean, when I delivered this movie for the first time, because it was like bare bones movie, bare bones script, it's my first time executive producing a film. So I brought it to Tell to kind of fix it because it was like a lot of mistakes that we both. It was on me at the time, because balancing and starting the film, balancing producing. I know how to do it now, but some of our crew members, I think, were it was a lot of just hiccups, and Kaiba Films were already doing films at this time, so it's kind of like we came together and we start to see, like, and I watch how Tell just took this thing even to the theaters, took it and just kept it alive. Because at one point I was just done with it. Yeah, I did give up. I was like, I'm done. But then, I saw Tell's resilience and his tenacity, and I saw, the consistency of making it win. And I was like, you know what? If you wanted to win, because I wanted to win, but I got so passionate about it, I clocked out. It's almost like having a girlfriend that's cheating on you and you want her to be right so bad and you're just trying to force it, seriously. And no, seriously, it's like trying to force something. That's how I felt. It's like Trap City was like my cheating girlfriend. Not saying my girlfriend, shit, in general. Like, it was just a hurt point because you wanted to work so bad. And then Tell just kept putting he comes from technology, so he has that patience to just keep putting things together. I don't. I mean, I do now, but before, and I'm still working on it.
Well, I know when they were
Zen Master type shit.
When they made Friday and they reviewed it and they watched it over, they said it was like they thought it was going to be the worst movie ever when they put it out into theaters.
I mean, it's always like that, and then it becomes a hit.
Yeah, and then it goes large, right?
No. Trap City was never it was just incomplete film that we had to fix. It always had the potential, which is always because I was doing one scene one time and the sound man was falling asleep, was snoring. He was asleep. I'm like, bro.
Because the crew fired his ass right there.
Bro, it was a whole nother thing. At the time, I didn't know. I was vetting crews the wrong way. I know how to do it now, but it was a whole nother game. But now I know what to do now. But back then, I was really just trying to figure it out. But then, like I said, we brought it to Kaiba I mean, it was already originally with Kaiba, but I'm saying like the whole process of it was just like people put their hands on, and then
it must be a complete flip, right? To be a person that's just in front of the camera to now you have to run the entire show, right?
Yeah, but you got to have like someone. You got to have another producer, a technical producer. That's every like Will knows what works, but he has Jerry Bruckheimer. He has. You could be a producer. It's almost like creative producers. It's like we understand what the people want to feel and understand how to emotionalize and get the message out. That producing. It's different from, and we're not a staff of crew, of course, but it's like, and directors, we know what we feel, but then there comes like these little things with post-production, not little, but big things, post and sound mixing and it's a lot. You need producers on board. You need real producers.
Well, the best films of all time.
Not saying we're not real producers, but technical producers, I would say.
Yeah, well, the experience, it all comes in hand, right? Like eventually you're gonna know how to nail this thing like 100% because you've done it now.
Well, even Tyler Perry has his technical guys next to him. Yeah, it's not just.
No, my aunt shoots films too, and what she did for her first film is she hired a professional director that's already directed 100 movies to be the co-director like assistant director.
Yeah.
So she's the main director, but anytime I need to fill in gaps or things I don't understand, I talk to the assistant director.
Yeah, directing is easier than producing to me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, directing is like, that's not
Bro,
that.
I've seen them put directors for movies with major stars, and it's like, what the fuck was even the point of that director being there? Like, have you ever seen American History X with Edward Norton?
Oh, in American, yeah, of course.
American History X.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tony Kaye directed that movie. All this guy ever directed before that was like a music video for Red Hot Chili Peppers. But then they make American History X, and it's one of the greatest films of all time.
I mean, because I would say directing is easy. I would say like if you're a visual person, directing is not that. It's a creative thing. I'm talking about like it's just a lot, bro. The technical stuff and the components that like building a car. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, creatively, script wise, I'm great at that. Like if you say, okay, what's the character's flaws? Okay, who's this person? Okay, let's move this person around. Let's tie this. You know what I mean? Like I can do that in my sleep. But when you start talking about like, you know, event planning and post booking and oh my god, and then technical stuff with the music, got to mix this thing and I hate it.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot, and then making sure that person is this and that thing, pulling it together for real, you know.
When people look at your career, obviously prolific films, and you know you've generated hundreds of millions of eyes have seen your face and seen who you are. At this point right now, are you going to go towards being a part of your own productions now and solely going on your own productions? Or are you still going to hop on other people's productions? Like, what's the main focus
right now, of course, I would definitely hop on other people's productions, but I don't know. It seems like destiny is pulling me both ways. Yeah, because I just did another production that I'm starring in called Family Business New Orleans. That was a Netflix BET thing. Great experience. And it actually feels good to be able to just sit back and be an actor. I don't got to produce nothing really. Even though I associate produced it, but they're already running. Feels great to be just like, you know what, I'm going to show up and do my part.
Well, it's kind of like what Kevin Hart did, right? Like in the beginning, it was like he was a part of movies, like Soul Plane and all that shit. And then he started creating his own fucking media companies and shit like that, which is insane,
he
right?
does both. He's a hybrid too. So him and Nick Cannon, they're hybrids. It's like we produce our own stuff, but then we hop on. Yeah, we do both.
You got to work with Nick Cannon too on Wild 'N Out, right?
Yeah.
We had Spanky Hayes on here. He told us that he was one of the original show creators of Wild 'N Out, and that the show was kind of taken from him. Did you get to witness any of that?
I was in high school. I don't know anything about that. I was too young.
You're too young when
Spanky Hayes was there? Spanky always told me that, but I'm like, I don't.
You like Spanky?
Love Spanky. He's my best friend, one of my good friends. I just don't get involved with the. I told Spanky to go create something else, bro. I mean, at this point.
Yeah,
I already created like 5 things already. Like I'm over it. Now, I'm hard on Spanky. I'm very hard on him because he always like, man, they took my. I'm like, okay, do something else.
That sucks, right? Even if you did create something and somebody stole it from you, it's almost like, all right, well, you got to go to start something fucking new. Just do something new.
If you're the shit, you can.
Yeah.
Like this, I got 5 movies in my head right now.
Really? Not even though it's kind of a different shift. That kind of happened to you when it comes to when Katt Williams talks about you, right? Because when Katt Williams, not in a blackballed way, but more in a way where it's like, oh well, this dude did this, and you're not supposed to do that as a comedian. Like if you wear a dress, Katt Williams points that out.
What are you talking about? Every comedian wore a dress. Not just that. I'm not defending the dress. I'm saying like what? Like here's my issue with the whole Katt Williams thing. Stop talking through the media. Real men go, like he's so Bibled out, right? So the scriptures say if you got to alt with somebody, go to the person first and then go to the congregation. Why he didn't come to me first? Why is he going to the congregation since he's such a righteous man? Yeah,
that was the most interesting interview I think hip hop has seen in like the past 10 years.
That's just. I mean, I'm not impressed with. I don't like fake prophets. If you're a real prophet, be a real prophet. Don't just say stuff in the media. Real prophets follow the law of God. If not, then you're just a comedian talking shit and trying to sell tickets. Don't come off. If you're a prophet, disguised as a comedian, I'm fine with that. But real prophets have honor, not fake honor. See, y'all, nobody want to call Katt out. Katt needs to have honor and come to the people for real and say what's up. Because Katt been dissing me since I was 20. And for what? And I've been nothing but a fan of him.
You're saying there's a contradiction in the character versus what he's spewing.
You can't sniff cocaine and say you love Jesus at the same time. Like, what is he? Cocaine and Jesus don't mix. Like, stop the games. Like, either you're going to be righteous or you're going to be wicked. Or you're going to just say I'm both. Or say, look, I'm working on myself. I'm not nobody perfect. But don't act like you this prophet, dude.
You know what's crazy about that interview, too?
And then you selling tickets for a special.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to say. Like, normally when people do stuff like that, you notice there's like this big thing coming out. And it's like...
Exactly. Like, are you a prophet or are you trying to profit? Because I've been around real prophets. Most of them don't have a lot of money. And not like that. Like, if you're going to be a man of God, then cool. If you're going to be a comedian, then whatever. But he's posing like this man of God type thing. That's all I've been around my whole life. And if you're going to be righteous, like you're the righteous voice of life, be it. Let
me ask you this question. When things are going amazing in an entertainer's life, things are going absolutely amazing for Katt Williams, does he still do that interview with Shannon?
That shit been going amazing. I mean, he had that one thing where he was running around that motorcycle and stuff. Like, and then they took his kids and he started crying on the internet and shit. I mean, what? Like, I don't know. Like,
no, I'm talking about like, if everything's going good, do you go and expose the entire industry on a podcast? Like, I don't feel like you talk when
you're exposing the industry, but you're signed to the same people you exposed to. Like, I did the joke. I said, look, I'm not an Illuminati, but my agent is. Nigga, that nigga agent in Illuminati too. He worked for Live Nation just like everybody else. Don't act like you free, because I left the business for 7 years. Don't act like you fucking free, bro. You a slave just like everybody else. Stop the bullshit. That's why he bought that shit down in Atlanta or whatever, Alabama. Cool. You buying your freedom, but don't act like you free. Don't act like you free, bro. Don't act like you this black dude that's free away from everybody else. Stop the bullshit. You're using American currency. You have no army to fight for you, and you live in America, and that's who you are. You're an American man that pay taxes like everybody else. Shut that shit up. Period. Stop acting. You know why? Because I challenged freedom with black people and black Americans. I got with every organization to do that shit, and I left the business for 7 years while that motherfucker was still doing comedy. Tell him to do that. Tell him to leave. Tell him not to make money. Tell him to go broke trying to help your people. Tell him to invest in his millions and millions of dollars in his people to make us come together. Then I shut the fuck up. Until he do that, I don't want to hear nothing he got to say, because he's not a real prophet. He's a prophet when he's trying to make money off people, for ticket sales, woke folk, all this stuff. Now, if you want, good move, buying the little thing, the little land. But we been doing that. My daddy and my family own a studio right downtown. We been on that shit. Welcome to the big boys table. Fuck out of here with that shit,
man. But you know what's crazy about the point was like Chappelle.
I hate fake prophets.
For sure.
I don't do fake prophets. Be a comedian, bro.
Chappelle had brought up that point too, like a long time ago. He was talking about how they always tried to get like black entertainers in outfits. Like they
getting everybody in outfits, man. Black, white, nigga, Robin Williams, all these niggas is doing it. Stop the black shit. I'm done right now. If black people don't, fuck all the black shit now. I'm done with it. I did that already. Nobody want to come together. If you want to come together, when we come together, when we going down to motherfucking Legends, and you want to spend $200,000. When it's time to buy a community center for the kids, you got to call your accountant. But what about this $200,000 we just spent at the damn strip club? I don't want to hear that shit about no damn black shit. We American now. Ain't no African American passports right now. Show me an African American passport. Show me an African American passport.
That's similar to the lines of what Samuel L. Jackson has been talking about lately, where he's saying we have to stop creating this divide and separation.
If we gonna really divide, let's do it. Fake all this fake ass black shit. If we gonna really divide. If we not, nigga, you're American. Proud to be an American. To at least side, you better sing the damn song.
I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. Shit.
At least I know I'm free. I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me.
When you took
and I proudly stand up. Tell Katt Williams next to you to defend her today. Stop. Don't do this woke shit if you're not really gonna be about it. That's my issue. I hate fake movements. I don't do fake black movements, because you know why? I sacrificed my family, all my shit, while these niggas was still working, getting parts on screen. When we was in the community trying to bring people together, I don't want hearing that shit. Take 7-8 years off, and then I respect you helping the black community. Fuck all that shit, man.
Right. I want to talk about those years that you took off.
I'm being real.
No, it's real shit.
I'm done with this. We gonna march shit. Okay, then what?
Yeah.
Because you know why? I got receipts of really doing it, and they saw when I had my locks and I was doing all this stuff, revolting against everything that trying to bring people together. They don't want to come together unless it's some strip club shit or some bullshit or some freak offs. Niggas don't want to come together. So I'm not going to be stressing my family out trying to bring everybody together if they don't want to. Because black people do whatever the fuck they want to do. When them Yeezys was out, niggas was buying it. Period. So when it comes down to coming together for something righteous, buying homes and whatever, I'm with it. But I'm not going to be stressing getting gray hairs. You know, two of my grandfathers died? It's a family curse. And I'm not going to, they can kiss my ass. You know why two of my grandfathers died? My first grandfather died because he was trying to help the people. He had an aneurysm in the pulpit because he was so stressed out trying to bring the community together, right? My other grandfather died with a heart attack because he was so stressed out trying to bring the community together. So then I go to help the community. My ass gets so stressed out, I gain 30 pounds while doing Trap City. That's why I look so fat in the movie. Stressed out, cortisol levels up at the highest because I'm trying to help black people get out the trap. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So Katt Williams, he hope he get diarrhea tonight with that shit.
Jesus Christ.
He kissed my ass with that fake ass prophet shit. You're not the leader. You're not the leader, nigga.
I want to talk about the years of the break that you did take from the entertainment industry because it was heavily noticed. What does it take for your mind to get to the point where you're reaching all these levels of success and it's like, all right, we got to back away from it for a second?
I got sick of the BS, but at the same time, it's like, then I went to some more BS.
From when you took
like,
the break?
I understand what Katt is saying, but don't act like you a real leader if you're not going to really do what leaders do. Yeah. Now, I know I give him the props. He's finally buying his own studio to make images. That's great. But you see, we out here. It took an Indian guy to believe in me to go get images that we want to do. He not even black. He's an Indian dude that's killing the game, helping us out and working, helping us get the movies that we want to get out for our imaging. Because he believes in the culture. He believes in making things work. He believes in good people. It's not about race. So you see what I'm saying? I don't like dealing. I like good people.
Right.
I believe God made everybody in the way he made it. Either got a good spirit or a bad spirit. We're spiritual beings first. All this black shit, I love y'all, but I'm not going in that portal no more. Unless God called me in that, I don't want to go in that portal no more.
Right. Well,
I'm out.
The corruption of that money can cause, right? At the end of the day, that's what's happening. Money can corrupt people. It can change people's outlook, can change people's decision making, and you don't want to be a part of anything that corrupts your integrity, right?
Exactly. So it's not about a color. Being black don't make you righteous. I hate that I'm black. Like you could have people that are white. You got people of every other color that do things and are righteous, but nobody want to hear that. They want to just separate everybody and divide everybody all the time.
Yeah, I think it's because of the fact that black culture has been handicapped by the fact that the United States and a lot of other countries, with slavery, segregation, and all the things that they had to fight for, that it's like, all right, what's the Redemption Act? What's the act of giving something or creating something that will help pillar? But
the Redemption Act, man, come on.
That's where it all comes from, though. It wasn't just like black people randomly. It was literally like...
No, I'm saying, like, it's also like, come on, bro. Yeah. We got choices.
But yeah, I mean...
let me ask you, do you think it'd be liquor stores on every corner if we wasn't buying the liquor?
No, absolutely.
I mean, I'm drinking right now. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
I'm not, listen, I'm not trying to be super self-righteous.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm telling you right now.
It wasn't until Emancipation Proclamation that literally... Abraham Lincoln was the one who like reset the tone, right?
I'm choosing to drink right now.
Right.
I'm choosing to do, man.
But my whole point is that that's the only thing I think.
So every other nationality can do what they want to do, and have a choice to do what they do, and then we don't have no choice. That's bullshit.
No, I think what happened is basically black culture was like, yo, fuck you guys because you guys put us down for hundreds and thousands of years. So it's like now we need to have our own thing that you cannot touch.
Everybody's saying that, but it was the dude that just created the Kingdom Corners down in I forgot what state that was. He just got his own shopping mall. He chose to go do it.
The opportunities have been hindered because of the fact that black people have had these debilitating restrictions from the law and the government, where you got like black people weren't fucking allowed to drink at
So
the
what
same
happened when
waterfall.
the white people had a problem with the government? They revolted against them motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
Remember Britain? Taxation? Remember that taxation shit?
Yeah.
So wait. Why was they able to say, you know what? Forget Britain. We going to America.
Well, the way that America was conquered was fucked up, though, bro. Like they manipulated the shit out of anybody that they brought here, like, and fucked them up. Like that's the only.
Remember the British are coming.
Yeah, but that's the only argument I have towards you is like you're saying in one angle, like why does the black culture feel like they need to create this divide, and it's because of that. I think.
No, I'm saying that if we're gonna revolt.
Yeah.
If you're not, we not. I don't. It's a fake It's nothing worse than a fake revolution.
Right.
You can't fake revolt.
Yeah.
You can't fake revolt.
Yeah.
If not, do the best and come together in your own community. But they don't. Like you're damn if you do, damn if you don't. Everyone, bro. How many times motherfuckers been saying this shit since Malcolm X? This conversation been going on since the '60s.
Yeah.
Since the fuck that. Since the 1800s. So you can't do a fake revolt.
It's the time for integrity. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
It's the time for people to really say how they really feel without there being an agenda behind what the hell they're actually saying.
I just think it's integrity, bro. I'm not doing this, bro, because it's like.
Yeah.
It's,
Did anybody ever tell you you have similarities to like Jaleel White or anything like that? Like facial?
no, he's ugly. No offense. I'm more handsome than him.
Yeah, you look like
No, the eyes that we have different. We have similar eyes.
you guys
but
look like fucking cousins, but
No,
you're
we
like the
don't.
better looking
No, we
version
don't.
of him,
No,
bro.
we don't.
I swear to God, you are the better looking
no
version.
offense to him. I didn't mean to call him ugly, but I do not want to look like him.
Come on, bro. If they redid like the new Family Matters,
I'm too handsome for that.
you'd
bro.
have to be like his brother.
I'm too handsome. No offense, but I'm too handsome to look like him. No offense. And he's always complaining about black people don't get behind Urkel. I'm not. I don't. I love him, but
yeah,
I'm not.
he had a lot of problems with the Family Matters and the way things went down.
Jaleel White don't got this. Like I got the stink of 7 Mile on me. It's a different game, bro. It's like Trap City. Like I'm not even claiming to be hood, but if hood adjacent, you know what I'm saying. People that you really feel like they can feel that energy. It's a different energy. It's not like a Hollywood. You know, I'm not really a Hollywood kid. You know what I mean? As much as they want to make me that, that's not who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a preacher's kid. You know what I mean? Grew up on 7 Mile Woodward. Grew up in West Bloomfield over here. You know what I mean? It's a different game.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like Hollywood fucked you up.
No, he didn't.
That's what it feels like.
No, Hollywood was great to me. The people fucked me up.
Yeah.
Hollywood was amazing. Tell me what Hollywood did bad to me.
Well,
They gave me what? 5 #1 movies.
Yeah.
Gave me a house.
no, I'm not talking about Hollywood like as in they tried to fuck you up. I'm saying
Hollywood
like
didn't fuck me.
I feel
Hollywood
like,
was great to me.
I'm talking about
I left Hollywood. Hollywood didn't leave me.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm saying mentally.
No, I left because I wanted to help the people. I told you that.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with Hollywood. Hollywood was great to me.
Okay.
I left when I left, I had 4 or 5 #1 movies.
For sure.
I left because I wanted to do something for all that shit Katt talking about.
Yeah.
I left because I wanted to do something for the people.
Yeah.
Hollywood didn't do nothing bad to me. It was no sexual whatever pills freak. I didn't see none of that shit.
Yeah.
I was having a great time. Having the best time ever. Partying, chilling, going to my friend's house, going to my house, hanging out with all my friends. The best time ever. Neverland. I left Neverland
Yeah.
and went to the real world.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna make a reentrance back into mainstream?
I'm already in the industry. What do you mean
No, and I'm
re-entrance?
saying well, it doesn't seem. It seems like what you're saying. You can't play both sides of like.
Yes, you can. You know why? Because you can be independent, and you can have a studio deal. What you mean? It's like saying Tyler Perry can't go to his audience.
Yeah.
Is Tyler Perry Hollywood or is he Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry's his own universe.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can make my own universe.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking you. If you're going for that angle of creating your own universe, it's a smart fucking decision.
I mean, you could do both. There's great scripts out there. That's why everything is not the devil. That's what I don't like about Hollywood. Everything's not satanic.
Yeah.
Some stuff is just so Equalizer. So if I did Equalizer, I'm the devil? No. If I did Book of Eli, I'm the devil? No. You got to find the scripts. You got to find the good script. Will Smith has done great movies. Name one Will Smith movie that you could name that I wouldn't do.
That you wouldn't do?
That wouldn't do.
Shit, I couldn't even think of one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where's this Hollywood is, you know what I mean? People are wicked. People are good. People are, has nothing to do with Hollywood. I hate when people blame Hollywood. You can't blame the school, right? If you decided to do a little freak off party at your college, is that the college fault or your fault?
Yeah.
Stop blaming the institution for what y'all motherfuckers doing. Just go home, make love to your wife, and we'll war in the morning. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who told you to do all this shit? Hollywood didn't say, hey, y'all, listen. In order to get this, I've never seen a banker, because who runs Hollywood bankers? I've never seen a banker say, hey, look, in order to get this movie, you got to have a party. I've never seen that in my life. It was, in order to get this movie, you got to be the best actor.
Well, the Me Too movement was heavy, though. The Me Too movement was like...
Yeah, but that's not...
proven.
No one told them. That's what I'm saying. There's motherfuckers right now at FedEx doing that shit. There's people at any... Nobody's telling Harvey Weinstein to do. Hollywood didn't tell Harvey Weinstein to do that shit. His demons told him to do that shit.
Yeah.
Wait. I want you to understand this.
Yeah.
People's personal demons with power fucked them up, not Hollywood. There's no Screen Actors Guild that's being like, fuck these hoes. There's none.
Yeah.
I want people to understand that it's not Hollywood, it's your demons. If you can't handle the blessings you have with Hollywood or what God give you, that's your demons. That's not Hollywood. Nobody told anybody to do these things. That's your demons.
So from our perspective, people were just audiences of Hollywood. We just see that and we scapegoat it.
No, let's put a microscope on your life. You probably
Yeah.
go home and jack off to some OnlyFans tonight. Now let's go put that microscope and say he jacked off to OnlyFans in Hollywood. You did it now you did it in LA instead of Detroit.
That's what it is.
That's your
You're
demons.
magnified because you're in the area.
Exactly. You're magnifying people's demons. That's why the Bible says, judge not lest ye be judged. Because you got the same shit over there, but you don't have a magnifying glass on you.
Yeah. When we're talking about the movie that you're coming out with in comparison to other movies that you've done for the underground or for the streets, in comparison, Lottery Ticket would be another movie that you were a part of that touched the streets, right?
What about, I've always done hood movies, mainstream movies. Hood movies, mainstream movies. I mean, honestly, that's just kind of who I am. I'm from 7 Mile and I'm from West Bloomfield. It's kind of two parts of me.
Can you talk about the relatability of working on set of Lottery Ticket and the relatability that it did resonate with the people and why you think it resonated with so many people when you were a part of that film and really posting you as a dramatic type scenes that you have done in it that had impact in the rooftop scene and everything like that?
You know, I think we attract the trauma as black people, and I think that scene when I said that the character was saying he was broke, I think people really felt that. And I tapped into the trauma of that.
Man.
And that's what went well. I mean, I did a thing on the internet right now about how when I went on my spiritual journey, I ended up losing everything. Money, my family, my girl. I lost all that going on the spiritual journey. And that got more views than me saying that go see Trap City. People like trauma. Humans are just, we don't know what we are. We were learning.
It's the relatability to the audience because they feel they have an empathy towards you, and you understand them and they understand you because you're portraying it, right? The spiritual journey, making things fade away from you or falling off from your life, how does that happen? The spiritual journey is about inwardness, right? It's about everything that's from within.
Yeah.
How does that make it where everything around you fades away?
No, because my mistake I made was trying to make my spiritual journey everyone else's spiritual journey and projecting my beliefs on everybody else. Yeah. That's where I made the mistake. Instead of them seeing just a whatever, if they asked about, what things were, but my stuff was
trying to help people see your perspective while you're on the journey.
I mean, I was seeing a lot of things from the higher self, and it was very, very lonely, but at the same time, it was very educational.
How did you set the conditions to get into a meditative state to find the spiritual elements?
It didn't work like that. It just hit me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. If it just hits you, there's only one way that it can hit you, but
not meditating. No, it's just no.
How did it snap? How did you?
I don't know, bro.
It just happened.
It's like when I go into a comedy club. How does that happen?
Right.
Spirit just hits you. Boom.
What was the moment of clarity? What happened to you when you had that moment of clarity?
I realized that my spiritual journey was for me, not for everybody else. And if people could be blessed by that, great. But it wasn't for me to get people engaged like a party. Like, you guys got to come do this too. Come drink this tea. Come do that. It wasn't supposed to be for that. So I started to realize that all my efforts that I was doing to spread myself so thin for my people, I was losing out my family, and I didn't even take care of my home first.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't how you gonna take care of your home? How you gonna take care of help the world if your home ain't even taken care of?
But it's hard to watch people, like, let's say you have the moment of clarity, right? You have the moment of clarity and you look around to your friends and family and see that they're still walking in the dark. It's like you feel like you need to grab them.
I don't care anymore. I'm not Jesus.
Right.
If they want, it's a choice. Like, we're all working. I don't care. I got my own demons to fight. I'm not gonna fight your demons too.
Right.
And that sounds selfish, but I really don't care anymore. I love people, but I don't care like that anymore.
Yeah.
Because if like I gotta live out my story. I can't be in your story, It's like your parents say, mind your business. Yeah.
Do you think that most people are struggling with relationships more now than ever?
I don't know.
I think social media like promotes it so much it is scaring everybody. Like, if you do this or if you do that, or if your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend acts like this, then they're doing something or they're cheating. And now everybody's like so scared of being in a relationship or actually falling into love or allowing love to happen that they just stay away from relationships altogether. They said that dating is at its all-time low right now. More people are single than they are in relationships with.
So everybody just fucking.
That's pretty much what's happening, yeah. But they're afraid of love, kind of, right? And it adds all different elements to your life when you actually connect with somebody else and bring somebody else to your life, right? It's crazy, man.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's instant gratification.
Well,
It's hard to slow down in this world today.
Bro, when you deal with what you have had access to in your life, it has to be the craziest drug of all time. Being able to probably hook up with any woman you ever want to fucking hook up with whenever you want.
You can do that anyways. All you gotta do is go on an app and hook up.
Man, people are struggling out here, bro. When's the last time you've been that famous?
These days, I don't go on dating apps, by the way. I don't do that
I'm
shit.
just
I'm
saying.
Like I don't know what is it like. I'm not in a dating scene that.
It's 0.1% chance that the person you hit is gonna hit you back with a thumbs up. 0.1% chance. You could go on Tinder all day long, scroll, accept every single girl, and 0.1% are gonna respond to you.
So what happened to just walking up to a girl that you like and saying, "Yo, what's up, baby? What's your name?"
She's gonna look you up and down and be like, "Where do you work? What do you do for a living?" You tell them, and then they walk away. Unless you're like some crazy.
Are you tall? You said.
No, well, that's a part of it too, man.
Wow.
Bro, did you see one of the newest selling things is these things you put in your shoe called Conzuris, where it adds 3 to 4 inches for your height? Why would that be coming out if it wasn't a problem that people
I got
were
them
short?
on right now.
No, you do not.
Mm-hmm.
You have Conzuris?
They're Hollywood. They're called lifts.
Oh, shit.
I got 6 inches right now. No, I'm joking.
You're fucking around, right? That's what I'm saying, bro. That just shows you what's happening with men, though. They feel so insecure.
That's old, though, bro. The lifts, we used to do that shit on set. Like, lifts are just something you do with actors. They took what we do in Hollywood and they just made it a whole thing. So actors are certain heights and, you put lifts in your shoes for that.
For sure. Before we close out, man, let's talk about the film one more time. What can people look forward to when they watch the film?
Story of redemption. Deshaun, he's about to go to the next level and he got everybody around him saying he can't do it. And I want everybody to know that, whatever people tell you can't do, like you were saying, it's hard out here. I mean, but you got to persevere. You got to believe you can do it. If you believe all things are possible, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where Deshaun understands. He just didn't, even though he was going through so much, I think he deep down inside really believed in making it to the place that his destination. And I think that's what Trap City gives. It's a story of redemption, a story of righteousness prevailing, and I'm happy that it's not a religious church movie, but it's a movie about righteousness. And it reaches everybody, not just like one crew of people. It reaches the trap, it reaches the spiritual crowd, it reaches the pop crowd, it reaches the young crowd, the old crowd. It's one of those movies that is very versatile.
And as far as lead roles and everything like that, can you talk about some of the lead roles in the film?
So we got young Jeezy plays the pastor.
It's crazy.
Clifton Powell, I know, right? Pastor Snow.
That's crazy.
And then we got Clifton Powell who plays the mob boss, Omar Gooding, who I guess we never say he's my father, but you could say he's my father in the film. And we got Erica Pinkett. I'm trying not to tell the movie what I'm saying. She plays a adult dancer, stripper, and my girl Felicia. She plays my girlfriend also. So I'm trying not to tell too much of the movie without saying what happens. But yeah, Dennis, he plays a lawyer who because we deal with snitching also. So snitching is a big deal in this show about. Will you snitch? That whole Rico snitching, telling on people. So Dennis is the lawyer in that. Dennis White. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, so we got a nice all-star cast. Definitely a cast that I think that especially the streets would want to see.
Yeah, man.
On that level.
It'd be good. Yeah, it's good to tap back in with Detroit and give them something that's like, yo, like look what we're doing now. We're doing it on a Hollywood level in Detroit.
No, we're doing a Detroit movie. Like we're doing a movie in Detroit. Like when you say Hollywood level, it's like, what are we talking about? It's like the movie industry is owned by God first, and whenever you put out something that's hot, the people are gonna go see it, and then also Hollywood will buy into it, of course. But this is a people's movie,
right?
You know what I mean? It's a people's movie.
But like the talent involved in it is stretches from Hollywood trait, like people who've experienced Hollywood.
But all those people in there got like all those people in the film are about the people first.
For sure. I understand what you're saying.
Direct to consumer. That's a better way to say it. Direct to consumer marketing.
Yeah.
DC.
And the cast is crazy. Jeezy playing a pastor is insane. I think that's going to be the number one reason people tune in to see how that's going to work.
He does a good job. He does a great job.
Now, as far as Detroit talent in the film, did you cast anybody from Detroit specifically in the film?
Yeah, myself and Eddie Rubin.
Okay.
He's a Detroit talent. He plays my agent.
The last big,
and we got Jahan Jones too, who's a big internet social media star.
The last big break, Detroit-based film that took off from the underground was Buffed Up, I think, right?
Yeah.
Buffed Up was huge. Did you get any?
Buffed Up they didn't do movie theaters though.
No, hell no. Not like mainstream.
Streaming.
Did you have any? Did anybody ever hit you up for any underground films in Detroit like that at that time?
No.
Damn.
No.
Man, if you went and Buffed Up the original, I wonder what would have happened. I wonder if
they would have called it a Hollywood movie because everyone looks at me like a Hollywood guy.
Yeah, you got to accept that, I mean, bro. You got to accept it. You know why?
No, I'm not mad. I'm professional. I mean, I don't know what that means. I'm just a professional actor. I mean,
Hollywood means you've been like, bro. You were literally on set with fucking Ben Stiller. That's literally one of the biggest top 10 producer, executive, acting, directing, certified people in the industry. When you get to that level and you come talk to me afterward, who's been on set with like, I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but that's why we look at you as Hollywood, because you've been on Hollywood sets, you've been on executive sets, stuff where hundreds of millions of dollars are being generated towards something that you were a part of.
Yeah, I mean that's just
Hollywood.
Great. See, I look at the producers first. Maybe that's just my I look at producers and bankers. I don't look at the whole banner of. I mean, I guess you're right. It's kind of a maybe because I know the game. It's just great producers with great bankers, and great lawyers. That's the best way I can say it.
It's insane.
I want to call it Hollywood great, but it's great producers with great bankers.
For your fans, man, a couple questions. We asked people on polls on Instagram. A couple questions is your favorite experience of all time being on any set. What was your favorite experience?
I really hate that question.
Yeah, it's a bad question.
No, I mean, no, it's not that. It's like I have so much great experiences on sets. It's like, what? If you have kids, what kids do you love the most?
Damn.
So I can tell you, I've had great experiences on Family Business. The one I'm just coming out. It's a great experience on that. I had a great experience on, of course, Tropic Thunder it was challenging. Percy was a really fun set. Percy Jackson was very fun.
Yeah. Can you expand on Percy a little bit and talk about what made it exhilarating for you?
Just fun, bro. It's a magical world of satyrs and life. You know,
I
don't know how to explain it. It was like Vancouver and satyrs.
What was it like with Robert Downey Jr. and like the whole what do you mean you people situation? Like, what was that kind of conversation before? What was that?
He's just at that time, he's such a genius, but at that time, remember I was 22 at the time. Ben Stiller taught me how to do this.
Do what?
What I'm doing now.
Producing?
Yes.
Like hands-on, or did you just watch
everything? Like making movies from scratch. Like I learned from him. I watched him with all his boards up on the thing and his camera tests, and bro, I seen the whole thing.
Damn.
Like even now, I know how to create a movie, pre-production to scratch to whatever, just because of him.
So being in his office, just seeing everything around you.
Like either we're gonna get this thing going or we're not, and that's what we proven with Trap City.
For sure.
We got these movies in theaters when nobody said we could. And I mean, shout out to Tell, like we got these in the theaters, but nobody said we could, and we keep adding theaters.
Yes.
So when you say you want to change the image of black people and it has a great message to it, something about trapping, I'm doing it in real time.
Yeah.
We doing this in real time. So I don't want no more excuses about people being in some secret societies, all this other crazy shit. When we making real headlines right now with the streets. Either the streets gonna show up,
Oh, they are.
or they not.
They're
But we
gonna show
showing y'all, here's the option.
Bro, once we drop this interview, you already know the entire city is going to be there. Thank God you guys did it with us, because trust me, this shit gets everywhere. Everybody's going to see this bitch. Everybody in Michigan's going to see this bitch.
You think so?
Well, you got to follow me someday and you'll see what I got going on.
No, I already seen it, but I'm
go
saying,
crazy, bro. Especially, like I said, bro, people already know what time it is with you. I appreciate you doing this, man.
Appreciate you too,
Look
bro.
forward to the film dropping. We'll be there at
Thank
the
you so
premiere,
much.
man. Trap City, man. Everybody go check it out.
Let's get it. Check it out.
We're at Parallel Sound Studio. How Visual shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.